Cody, ruler of this apartment and rightful king to this apartment. And rightful eater of this popsicle. I just spit. So Loki. Loki is a new Disney Plus Marvel series. It's the third one that we've gotten now. It is directed by Herron, and the first episode is available on Disney Plus now. And first, I want to go over the other two Disney Plus shows that have already came out. WandaVision was a show that I really liked, in the sense that each week it left us wanting more, and there was mystery behind it. And every week we were trying to figure out what was going on. We're bringing up all these things, trying to figure this out. And I loved that mystery behind it, and how every week we were constantly searching for answers for what was going on. And I had a friend that I was watching this show with, and every week we would spend a good hour just discussing what is going on with this show. What is going on with Wanda? How is Vision alive? All the questions that are literally asked in the show were questions that we were asking ourselves. Now, the finale of WandaVision I wasn't the biggest fan of. I did read that COVID had a lot to do with how the finale kind of just ended. But at the end of the day, I really liked WandaVision. Falcon and Winter Soldier was a show that I did not love as much, but still really did like it. It was a show that I didn't talk with a friend about it every week. I wasn't constantly on edge with it. I watched it when I could get to it. In the end, it's a really good show. It really is. There's nothing bad to say about Falcon and Winter Soldier, really. It's just the sense that it didn't intrigue me the way WandaVision was. There was no mystery behind it. It was just kind of your typical Marvel show, and it felt a lot like The Winter Soldier. I love The Winter Soldier, don't get me wrong, but it felt like a movie we had already seen. And at the end of the day, with each episode ending the way it did, it didn't leave me wanting to get the next episode right away. It felt like the entire show should have been watched just as the 6 episodes in one, which I did do. And I think it's a little better that way. I also thought the finale of Falcon Winter Soldier was also kind of poor. There was a lot of things that were just kind of like done, boom, 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 here, there. So that's been my problem with the Marvel Disney Plus show so far, is the shows are really pretty good leading up to it. And there's a couple things that are just nitpicky things throughout the show. It's that final episode, the big finale, that I'm just kind of like, eh. So now we have Loki. And Loki, I've only gotten the first episode, but I'm really digging it already. It's one of those shows, it's a show similar to WandaVision in the sense there's a lot of mystery behind this. What is going on necessarily? What is this place that Loki has gone to? We don't fully know. And that's the most I really want to say about this show without fully spoiling it, in the sense that this is a show with mystery and wonder, and it's kind of hard to talk about it without spoiling it. I will say this first episode had a lot of exposition dump, and also had quite a bit of playing back the greatest hits, essentially, of Loki, trying to get people caught up if you're not fully familiar with Marvel, or if you're just brand new to Marvel and you're checking Loki out. This first episode will kind of get you caught up. And I kind of think that's what this episode kind of was an exposition dump, and just kind of getting people caught up with what's going on with Loki. So at the end of the day, I really did like this episode. Not a strong first episode for me. I think WandaVision had a better first episode. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier definitely had a better first episode. This one was good. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. But a lot of exposition dump. A lot of that previously on Loki. In the end, I'm going to give this first episode a solid 7 out of 10. I'm not in love with this show yet, but I do love the mystery, the setup. There's some chemistry between some cast members in this show that is really great, and I think is going to be really great moving forward. But I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know for sure. I've only seen episode 1, and this is what I think with episode 1. Now on to spoilers. So, getting into spoiler thoughts. The opening of this, showing the Avengers Endgame, and then bringing him into the, whatever desert it was, I can't remember. Very similar to Iron Man, when Tony Stark is in the desert with his Iron Man suit, his first ever Iron Man suit. So then Loki is brought into the TVA, And he goes through all these things, like getting new clothes, confirming all the things he's ever said in life, and seeing if he's a robot. Couple of strange things, which I found a couple of these to be way too long. The whole "is this everything you've ever said" thing was a little too much for me. I think they could have stuck with 2 things instead of like the 4 thing. I think there was 4 things he went through: the clothes, everything you said, uh, the line thing with the paper with a ticket number. I liked that scene. I think if you had just stuck with the clothes and the number thing, that would have been good. But instead, they have the robot and the every word you ever said thing. I think that went on a little too long, but I did still like those scenes. Those were great comedic scenes. And then meeting with Owen Wilson after his little hearing, and Owen Wilson interjects. I think Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston have great chemistry. I can totally see them having fun outside of the filming of this, just being pals, because I think their chemistry is really great. And I think looking forward through this show, I think their chemistry is going to be really great and is going to make the show. So I think the chemistry with Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston in the future will really make this show. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what Loki's going to be doing, but I'm excited for it. I also did really like the previously on Loki essentially scenes that we get. We get flashbacks to the Avengers and Thor the Dark World. Well, flash forward for Loki, Thor the Dark World, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War. I like that Loki got to see the future that he did not know was going to happen. I like that we see his character seeing his mother's death, seeing his father's death, seeing that he and Thor finally get along and work together. I think Tom Hiddleston does some really great acting in these scenes, showing that he did love his mother, that he did love his father, that he does love his brother. I think those scenes were really great. And that's kind of the episode, really. It's him going to the TVA, going to see his life in front of him. There was the J.B. Cooper thing. I had no clue about J.B. Cooper. That was really interesting. I did some research on that. I think it's really cool they took a real-life event and made it Loki and Thor, that it was a bet. That was really cool. I will say that. And I have to talk about the weird necklace magic taker-aware time turner doodad. I freaking love this necklace. The punches the punch thing with Loki putting it on, the whole Owen Wilson doing it and saying, "Oh, sorry, the furniture doesn't go with it." Every time Loki tries to escape and he's just sent right back. And then that scene where the guard got the bright necklace on and she stop it, and it just goes through and through and through. Love everything with the necklace. I love some of the things they are setting up here. This is a cool little, not MacGuffin, but a little object that can really do some fun stuff in this show. I think there's also some little things throughout the show, such as like showing us the drawer full of Infinity Stone. There's a lot of cool things that can happen here, and it's definitely going to set up things with Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man, what is it now? Far From Home? Not Far From Home. Far From Home. No Way Home. That's what it's called. I don't like these Spider-Man titles. I'm just going to say it right now. I don't like them. No Way Home? Really? What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, there's things that are going to definitely be set up in this show for later on down the line. The writer for this show is actually writing Doctor Strange 2. So we know that certain things are going to be set up. We know that this show is going to do a lot, and I'm so excited to see where things go from here with everything that is being used in this first episode of the show and what can continue happening down the line. Other than that, though, like I said, this is kind of just going to the TVA and Loki seeing his life flash before him, essentially. And I'm really excited to see what the other 5 episodes could be. This first one wasn't super great, in my opinion. It was still really good. Just not what I really wanted to be. Not the level of what WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier were for me. This one was just more exposition and previously on. So in the end, like I said, solid 7 out of 10. Don't hate this show so far. I'm really excited. I will be watching for the next one coming out next week. Really excited to hear your guys' thoughts. Feel free to comment down below. Tell me what you're interested in seeing. I will have a review of Hitman's Bodyguard up sometime this week, since Hitman's Bodyguard's wife bodyguard, is coming next week as well. I'm also hoping to go see In the Heights this weekend. I will hopefully have a review for that up as well. We know how I am, though. I said this was going to come out on Wednesday. It's Friday. It's also because I want to show you something. My house currently has no air conditioning. So, it's currently, right now, can you see that? Oh, 82 degrees. I'm dying.